Today we're going to talk about comments and over commenting and the correct way to provide comments within your HTML. So first of all, what is a comment? Okay, it's a string of code within HTML. It is not viewed or acted upon by the browser. Most programming languages have comments. Some are very different than others. They use different symbols to initiate the comment and other symbols to terminate the comment, but there are comments do exist in uh, just about every language. So they describe and explain complicated code to someone who might have to work on your code in the future. Why you put something somewhere, why you put a certain script after another script. Maybe one is dependent upon the other. Provide details about when the code was edited or reviewed. This can be helpful when someone is trying to use your site as the back end of your site as a development log and to understand when certain things were done. If you need to remove certain sections of the code but leave them available for later use. Sometimes I've seen developers move pieces of code to another file and then they lose that file, or it gets misplaced, or it gets overwritten or deleted, and suddenly you don't have the code that you needed. So sometimes commenting it out can help. You can also use it to chat with other developers working on the same code. Just creating a comment, putting your initials, stating your comment, and then closing it up. And then when someone else reopens the file, uh, maybe you're working on it asynchronously and you need to pass messages back and forth. You can set it up to uh, create kind of like a chat system. Okay, so what we're looking at here is an HTML file. In this code pen, I've got two identical code pens here, but one is over commented and one is what I would consider accurately commented. It just gives me enough to break up the code so that I know where code starts and stops. I know where the container starts. I know where each individual card starts. And if you know where something starts, then you know where something ends. And then I know where this particular container ends. Now, in the style sheet here, I have my general styles, my body, my container, and then down here I've got utilities, but utilities can go up here in the general style. Utility styles are your heights, your widths, maybe border radius, borders themselves, colors, anything that you can pass into like a CSS variable, I guess. That'd be your utility classes. Uh, that way, when I created this text center class, anything that I put text center on is going to center it in the middle of that particular div element. All right, and it's pretty basic. It lets me know where the utilities are, where the card styles are. You may see some code that where you have a single page application, so you may have nav styles. Okay, and then in another section you might have the header styles, and then you might have about styles, pricing styles, and then you might have your responsive media queries. Okay, and that helps keep everything separated. And to create a CSS comment, you open it with a / and an asterisk, and you terminate it with an asterisk and a /. Okay, in HTML, it is you're opening it with less than, exclamation point, double dash, state your comment, and then it's double dash greater than symbol. Okay, and with JavaScript, and my only JavaScript element in here is I'm passing the current year into this span ID here, and that's what we see here. So that in 2020, when the year flips and the clock changes, current year is going to pull from this here, which is going to display the new current year. And starting January 1st, 2020, this will say, welcome to the 2020 show. It'll automatically flip. It's the sort of thing you can kind of set it and forget it. And in JavaScript comments, a single line comment is just 2 forward slashes. And a multi-line comment, and I just grabbed this code here, pasted it down here, and it works the same way as in CSS, /**, and then you terminate it with */. And that's a multi-line comment, and that will comment out all of this. Again, this is a single line comment, so if I go to the next line, it's not going to be commented out. Okay, and it actually breaks the JavaScript. I put this word in here and the year goes away. So we take that out and that corrects itself. So comments are pretty simple. I think they are very important. I guess when it comes to styling in CSS, you want to make sure that anything that is intuitive, like to most developers, display grid is intuitive. You're either going to have this display grid or display flex. You may be using floats depending on what you're creating. Font family, font size, there's nothing you can really comment on these to make it more obvious than what they are. Font size is font size. Aligning text. Maybe if you are creating something like an animation and you need to lay out your keyframes and your animation and you want to bundle it all up in one, you might put a comment above it that says animation for, and then state what you're animating. And that way it's separated into a code block. Okay, and back to this again, if you're creating a one-page application or maybe a single page website where you don't have any navigation off the page and everything is in sections, then you might do something like this. All right, and then your media queries, obviously, depending on whether you're doing desktop first or mobile first, this would be at the top or the bottom of your style sheet. All right, I hope this helps. As always, please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time.